Manta-Ray79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days. Alrighty then, let's begin. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu. Off to edit deck menu. And here we are in the edit deck menu. So for the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger D-BT06. And I'm gonna be using this Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger D-BT04 deck as the base of the deck I'm gonna build. Okie dokie, let's begin. Selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the edit deck menu. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger deck made up of cards only available up until D-BT06. So first, let's go to the filter settings and to pack, select only cards from D-BT1, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-BT2, A Brush of the Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-BT5, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Promo Pack number 1, and last but not least, D-BT6, Blazing Dragon Reborn, applying filter, and alright, let's begin. First up, the deck's Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s of this deck, we are playing Ride Deck, Grade 3, Gravidia Nordlinger. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, search your deck for up to 2 meteorite cards, put them into the order zone, and shuffle your deck. Second skill, auto is a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, cost, counter blast 1 and put 1 or more meteorites from your order zone into your drop zone. If the cost is paid until end of battle, this unit gets plus 15,000 power. If you put 3 or more meteorite cards into your drop zone for this cost, it gets plus 1 critical. And if you put 5 or more, your trigger effects activate twice. So for Gravidia Nordlinger, she's the main Grade 3 to ride this deck. With her skills, the first skill, just by riding Nordlinger into your Vanguard, you can more or less automatically secure yourself 2 meteorites from your deck and place them straight to the order zone, thus securing yourself more meteorite cards in the order zone to make it easier to activate the second skill of Nordlinger, which is just by attacking your Vanguard and paying the cost, and you meet the conditions of the second skill. Not only do you get to give power to your Vanguard, but as long as the requirements are paid, you can also give your Vanguard plus 1 critical and have the chance to activate your triggers twice. So for Gravidia Nordlinger, alright, we have 4 in the deck, 1 in the right deck, 3 in the main deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 3 Gravidia Burrito. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, cost, Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a meteorite card from your drop zone and put it into your order zone. Second skill, continuous as a rearguard. During your turn, if your opponent's rearguard is retired this turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. If 3 or more were retired, it gets plus 1 critical. So for Burrito, a support card for the Gravidia Nordlinger deck. With its skills, the first skill, just by calling Burrito to the rear guard and paying the cost, you can secure yourself a meteorite from your drop zone to send to your order zone, thus giving you more meteorites in your order zone to help you make it easier to activate Nordlinger's second skill. And the second skill of Burrito, as long as the conditions of the second skill are met, not only do you get to turn your Burrito into an 18,000 point attacker for the front row, but also give it plus 1 critical, making Burrito a more powerful front row attacker to have in your Nordlinger deck. And alright, the Grade 3 Gravidia Burrito, we have 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. And at that, we just about finished the deck's Grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s of this deck, we are playing Ride Deck, Grade 2, Gravidia Behringer. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle or rearguard circle, if you have a meteorite in your order zone, cost, Soul Blast 3. If the cost is paid, draw a card, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. If your drop and order zone have a total of 5 or more set orders, This unit gets plus 5,000 power, active on opponent's turn 2. So for Gravidia Behringer, the main grade 2 to ride this deck. With her skills, the first skill, just by riding or calling Behringer, as long as the conditions of the first skill are met and you pay the cost, not only do you get to draw a card, but also give your Behringer plus 5,000 power. And the second skill, as long as the second skill's conditions are met, you can also give more power to your Behringer, and the best part is, this second skill's power-up is more or less active on the opponent's turn 2, so for the first skill, a good way to make your Behringer into a potential 15,000 point attacker for the front row. Second skill, the same thing. A good way to make your Behringer a 15,000 point attacker for the front row, but with the second skill, it can also make your Behringer a 15,000 point rear guard to have in the front row, making it easier to hold on to on the rear guard by making it harder for your opponents to attack it. And alright, the grade 2 Gravidia Behringer, we have one in the right deck. Leaving it that way, next up, the grade 2 Gravidia Shirgo. Skill, action as a rear guard once per turn. Cost, Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, choose up to 5 meteorite cards from your drop zone, return them to your deck and shuffle it. If you return 1 or more cards until end of turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. If you return 3 or more cards, it gets plus 5,000 power. If you return 5 cards, it gets plus 5,000 power. So for Gravidia Shirgo, another support card for the Nordlinger deck with its skill. Just by paying the cost, not only do you get to restock your deck with more meteorites, making it easier to avoid decking out, it's also give you more meteorites to help you aid in your Nordlinger's later game strategy, but also, as long as the conditions of the skill are met, you can turn your Shirgo into a potential 15,000 to 25,000 point attacker for the front row. And confirm, the grade 2 Gravidia Shirgo, we have 2 in the deck. Leaving it that way, next up, the grade 2 set order Meteorite Falling Hell Hazard. Skills, first skill, order. After a set order is played, put into your order zone. Second skill, continuous. When you would count the number of meteorite cards put from your order zone to your drop for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, this card counts as 2 cards. And the third skill, auto. When this card is put into your drop zone from the order zone, find this card, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and retire it. So for Falling Hell Hazard, it's one of the main order cards to play in your Gravidia Nordlinger deck. With its skill, the second skill, as long as when you use your Falling Hell Hazard to pay for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, it's counted as 2 cards, thus making it easier to meet the requirements for Gravidia Nordlinger's second skill and the third skill of Falling Hell Hazard. Whenever you would send Hell Hazard from your order zone to the drop zone by binding this card, you can also make it easier for you to clear opponent's field of rear guards, giving you a better field advantage. And okie dokie, the grade 2 Falling Hell Hazard, we have 4 in the deck. Leaving it that way, next up, the grade 2 Gravidia Ralph. Not playing this card anymore, but thanks for everything, Ralph. Goodbye, and in your place, we are putting in the grade 2... The grade 2 Gravidia Marut. Skill, auto as rear guard. When this unit attacks, choose up to 1 meteorite from your hand and put it into your order zone. If you put a card, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of battle. So for Gravidia Marut, another support card for the Gravidia Nordlinger deck. With its skill, when attacking, you not only do you get to stack up more meteorites onto your order zone from your hand, but also, as long as you've managed to place a card from hand to order zone with this unit's skill, you can also turn your Marut into a potential 15,000 point attacker for the front row. And alrighty, the grade 2 Gravidia Marut. We are putting 3 into the deck. 3 is enough. And with that, we just about covered the deck's grade 2 lineup. Now it's time to get on to the deck's grade 1 lineup. For the grade 1s of this deck, we are playing Ride Deck, grade 1, Gravidia Wells. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose any number of meteorite cards, reveal them, put them in your hand, and shuffle your deck. And the second skill, action as a rear guard once per turn. If your Vanguard is Gravidia Nordlinger, cost, Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose up to 2 meteorite cards from your hand, put them into your order zone. This unit gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Wells, she's the main grade 1 to ride this deck. Before skills, the first skill, just by riding wells, you can then check the top 7 cards of your deck for a potential meteorite card to add to your hand to help you in your later game strategy. And the second skill, as long as the conditions of the second skill are met and you pay the cost, not only do you get to stack up more meteorites into your order zone, but to also turn your wells into a potential 10,000 point attacker for the front row or 10,000 point booster for the back row. And affirmative, the great one, Gravidia Wells. We have one in the right deck. Leaving it that way, next up, the great one, Violate Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So for Violate Dragon, it's a perfect guard for the Brandt Nation. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, he features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding 1 card from hand, you can block 1 enemy attack. But he also features an ability unique to all D standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with, while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you have not to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Violate Dragon a potential no-cost perfect guard in desperate, last resort situations. And confirm, the great one, Violate Dragon. We have 4 in the deck, taking 1 out, only playing 3. And next in the great one lineup, we are putting in the great one, Blitz Order, Elementaria Sanctitude. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel in the deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have 1 Elementaria Sanctitude in the deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Play this with a cost of, discard a card from your hand if your Vanguard is grade 3 or less. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, it's the Blitz Order version of the Perfect Guard. Like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When activated and paying the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand, you can block an enemy attack. But ideally, Elementaria Sanctitude is best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in having a Vanguard of triple drive, for example a grade 4, or Vanguards who increase their drive check by skill or card effect. Against such opponents, your Elementaria Sanctitude then can serve as a potential no-cost perfect guard. And alrighty, the great one, Elementaria Sanctitude. We are putting 1 into the deck. 1 is good, and next up in the deck's great one lineup, the great one, Gravidia Nordlinger. Not playing her anymore, taking her out, but thank you for everything, Nordlinger. Bye-bye. And then, let's see, the next in the great one lineup, we are putting in, here we go, the great one, Detonation Monster Bubble Mine. Skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your order zone is a set order, cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, countercharge 1. So for Bubble Mine, a very good card to play in your Brandt Nation decks with its skill. After boosting an attack, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as the conditions of the skill are met and you are willing to move Bubble Mine from your rear guard into your soul, not only do you get to build up your soul for later soul blast, but to also refund your counter blast for later skills. And okay, the great one, Detonation Monster Bubble Mine. We are putting 2 into the deck. 2 is more than enough. Next up, the great one, Set Order Meteorite Neatness Meteor Shower. Skills, first skill, after a set order is played, put it into your order zone. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have up to 16 Neatness Meteor Shower in your deck. Third skill, Auto. When this card is put in the order zone, you may Soul Charge 1. If it was put by your Vanguard's ability, you may draw a card. And the fourth skill, Auto. When this card is put into your order zone put into your drop zone from the order zone, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So for Neatness Meteor Shower, it's one of the other main order cards to play in your Gravidia Nordlinger deck. With its skills, the third skill, when deployed onto the order zone, you may not only get to build up your soul for later soul blast, but also, if Meteor Shower is put onto your order zone by Vanguard skill, you can also draw more cards. And the fourth skill, as whenever you send Meteor Shower from your order zone to the drop zone, you get to clear out your opponent's field of rear guards. And okie dokie, the Great One, Neatness Meteor Shower. We have 8 in the deck. We are leaving it that way, and with that, we just about covered the deck's Grade 1 lineup. Next, let's go on with the Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade 0s of this deck, we are playing Right Deck, Grade 0, Gravidia Nordlinger. Skill Auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Dellen, she's the starting unit of this deck, and like any other starting unit in the D standard format, she features the same skill and activation. When written on top of, while you're the second to go in the game, you get to draw 1 card. And affirmative, the Grade 0, Gravidia Nordlinger starting unit. We have 1 in the right deck, leaving it that way. Now we're finished with the Grade 0 lineup. It's time to get on with the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we are playing Grade 0, Star Dragon, D-Deep Infinitude, Overdress, Overtrigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. Double the power and critical of all of your front row units until end of turn. Increase to double its power and critical when activated. So for Overdress, it's the Overtrigger for the Brandt Nation. Like any other Overtrigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card. But he also features an ability unique to him alone. When revealed during a drive check on your turn, you get to give your entire front row, Vanguard and rear guard included, double their power and critical. So for Overdress, a very good Overtrigger to reveal late in the game, in a critical moment, for when you reveal it, you can give your entire front row, Vanguard and rear guard double their power and critical, giving you an easier chance to either pressure or finish off your opponent with the increased power and critical. And confirm, the Grade 0, Star Dragon, Deity of Infinitude, Overdress, Overtrigger. We have 1 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 0, Cardinal Draco Barbizonde, Critical Trigger. We have 4 in the deck. Leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 0, Patrol Robo, Decker Cop, Critical Trigger. Skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Decker Cop, a powerful critical trigger to play in your Brandt Nation decks with its skill. After boosting the attack, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as you don't mind moving Decker Cop from your rear guard into your soul, not only do you get to build up your soul for later soul blast, but to also give a remaining attacker in your field, Vanguard or rear guard, a little extra power to work with. And alright, the Grade 0 Patrol Robo Decker Cop Critical Trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 0 Ameliorate Connector Draw Trigger. Skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Ameliorate Connector, a powerful draw trigger to play in your Brandt Nation decks with its skill. When used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Ameliorate Connector then can serve as a potential 10,000 point shield on its own. And okie dokie, the Grade 0 Ameliorate Connector Draw Trigger, we have 3 in the deck. Leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 0 Cardinal Prima Nabilem Heal Trigger. Not playing her anymore, but thank you for everything, Nabilem. In your place, we are putting in the Grade 0... the Grade 0 Lady Healer of the Creaking World Heal Trigger. Skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active if this battle is its second attack this turn or more. So for Lady Healer of the Creaking World, a powerful heal trigger to play in your Brandt Nation decks with its skill. As long as when you guard with Creaking World, while the conditions of its skill are met, you can turn your Lady Healer into a potential 25,000 point shield on her own. Ideally, Lady Healer of the Creaking World is a counter heal best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in restanding, attacking multiple times their units, either their Vanguard or rear guard. And alright, the Grade 0 Lady Healer of the Creaking World Heal Trigger, we are putting 2 into the deck. 2 is enough. And next up, in the trigger lineup, we are putting in the Grade 0 Whistling Arrow Recursion Obifold Heal Trigger. Skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, If the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, and its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability, or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. So for Avafol, another powerful heal trigger to play in your Brandt Nation decks with its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of its skill are met, your Avafol then can serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on its own. Ideally, Avafol is a counter heal, best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in attacking with unit vanguards or rear guards who had their criticals increased by a skill or card effect, not by trigger. And alright, the Grade 0 Whistling Arrow Recursion Avafol heal trigger. We are putting 2 into the deck. 2 is more than enough. And if that, the deck's been built, card effects explained, let's just save the deck. Overwrite deck being built, yes. And for the cards in this deck we are playing, 4. Grade 3 Gravidia Nordlinger. 4. Grade 3 Gravidia Burrito. 1. Grade 2 Gravidia Behringer. 2. Grade 2 Gravidia Shirgo. 4. Grade 2 Falling Hellhazard. 3. Grade 2 Gravidia Marut. 2. Grade 1 Detonation Monster Bubble Mine. 3. Grade 1 Violate Dragon. 1. Grade 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. 1. Grade 1 Gravidia Wells. 8. Grade 1 Neatness Meteor Shower. And 1. Grade 0 Gravidia Dellen starting unit. And for the triggers in this deck we are playing, 1. Overtrigger Elder Breath. 8. Critical triggers. 3. Draw triggers. And 4. Heal triggers. Alrighty, the deck's been built, card effects explained. Now it's time to test out the deck, so let's leave the edit deck menu, returning to main menu, off to fight menu, selecting CPU fight, selecting the deck I just built, the Brandt Gate, Gravidia Nordlinger, D-BT06 deck. Okie dokie, selecting deck, and now to choose an opponent. I'm gonna test that deck out on Dark States, Danji Momoyama, normal difficulty, select, and the battle begins. Let's get started. Here we are in the fight, deciding who goes first, and the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper to scissors, I lose, going second. Drawing our starting hands, I got Meteor Shower, Hell Hazard, a critical, a draw, and a bubble mine. Not too bad. Just gonna return all sugar units, holding on to all normal units and order cards. Redraw. Yes, another meteorite, and 1 grade 2. My opponent's turn, he rides the Great One, Diablo's Bad Steve. Steve's skill, he's Superior calls Matt and soul charges. Alright, he soul charged the critical. 1 less trigger to worry about. My turn, draw. I ride from the right deck, Gravidia Wells. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 Meteor Shower, discard and ride. Skill of Wells, I'm gonna look at the top 7 cards on my deck for any meteorite cards. And yes, 1 Neatness Meteor Shower, add to hand. Next up, my starter unit skill, Dellen, draw 1 card, and draw. A heal trigger, not good but not bad. Alright. Then I deploy from my hand, Neatness Meteor Shower to the order zone. Deploy. Meteor Shower skill, Soul Charge 1, and Soul Charge. Grade 3 Persona Ride, not good. Then, next, I'm just gonna go straight to the battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard, 8K. The attack goes through, drop check. No trigger, perfect guard. That's an okay draw I get, so 1 damage. Boom! Damage check. Draw trigger. That's a really good trigger to get in this situation. This is not a good start for me. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent rides the Great 2, Diablo's Anger Richard. Skill, Map to the Soul, and he draws. He calls Lyle and Richard and Krusty. 2 Lyles and 2 Stephanie and the Krusty. Alright. 18k, 10k, and 18k. So the Vanguard's gonna attack. There's a chance it's gonna get a trigger. The power might go to the rear guard. So I'm gonna block the first attack. Let the remaining 2 go through. So I guard with a critical trigger. Decker Cop. Guard. 23k. Attack blocked. Ka-chink. Safe. Next up, Vanguard the Vanguard, 10k to 8k, no guard, taking the attack. He drive checks, no trigger, safe, so 1 damage, here it comes. Damage check, no trigger, Hell Hazard, not good. Next, Lyle attacks the Vanguard, 18k, no guard, taking the attack. Damage check. Critical trigger, wasted a trigger. This is not going well for me. Trigger effects wasted. And that's the end of my opponent's turn. Now it's my turn. Stand and draw. I drew another Bubble Mine, alrighty. I ride from the right deck, Gravidia Nordlinger. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding. I discard 1. I guess I'll discard 1 Bubble Mine, discard, and ride! Behringer! Behringer's skill. I Soul Charge 3 cards, 1, 2, and 3, and Soul Blast 3, Soul Blast! Draw a card, I drew Meteor Shower. Next to the rear guard, I'm calling Gravidia Marut. Call! And then I'm going to deploy from my hand Falling Hell Hazard. Wait, nope. Deploying 1 Neatness Meteor Shower. Deploy and Soul Charge 1. And Soul Charge. The Great 3. And then next I'm going to call Bubble Mine to the rear guard over here. That should do it. Now on to the battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 15k. The attack goes through. Drop check. No trigger, Falling Hell Hazard, so 1 damage to the opponent. Slash. Damage check. No trigger, Great 3, safe. Next, boosted by Bubble Mine, Marut attacks the Vanguard, 18k. Skill of Marut. Deploy 1 meteorite onto the order zone. I'm deploying from my hand. Falling Hell Hazard. Deploy. And power plus 5,000. The attack goes through. Pierce. Damage check. Not another draw trigger. Come on. How was he so lucky? And not gonna activate Bubble Mine's skill, so that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent rides the Great 3 Diablo's Violence Bruce. Next, he's going straight to battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard. No guard, gonna take it. Twin drive, first check. No trigger, perfect guard. Second check. No trigger, Great 3. But he can Persona right next turn. He's getting so lucky with all his draws. Here comes 1 damage. Ow! Damage check. No trigger, Meteor Shower. 1 more attack from the rear guard, 18k. Any skills? The back row only in Final Rush. Back row, same, only Final Rush, so no guard, taking the attack. Damage check. Critical trigger, not good but not bad. I wish I could have gone this earlier, so all effects to Vanguard, I guess. Here comes 1 more attack from the rear guard to the rear guard. I can't afford to lose any more front row attackers, so I guard with Freaking World. Guard, 20k. You're welcome, Maru. The attack is blocked, and ka-chink, safe. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. I ride from the right deck, Gravidia Nordlinger. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 Neatness Meteor Shower. Discard and ride. Next, Nordlinger's skill. I deploy 2 meteorites from my deck to the order zone. I'm choosing 2 Neatness Meteor Showers. Deploy. Meteor Shower skill. When deployed onto the order zone, I do not soul charge, but I can draw 1 card. Draw. One more time with Meteor Shower. Again, drawing. Not gonna soul charge, but draw. Ah, critical. Then I deploy Falling Hell Hazard to the order zone. That should do it. Now on to the battle phase. First up, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. Nordlinger's skill. Counter Blast 1. Counter Blast. I send a total of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Deploy. I'm sending 3 Neatness Meteor Showers and 1 Falling Hell Hazard. And plus power and critical to the Vanguard. Trigger effects are double. And now, Neatness Meteor Shower skill. Retire 1 rear guard. I'm retiring the front row. Lyle on the right side. One more time, Neatness Meteor Shower. Retire the Lyle on the other side. One more time, Neatness Meteor Shower. Retire 1 more. The back row Stephanie. And finally, Falling Hell Hazard skill. Find Hell Hazard and retire 1 rear guard. I'm retiring the remaining rear guard in the field. Krusty. My opponent perfect guards. He's discarding for the perfect guard cost a Grade 3 Davin. Twin Drive, first check. Alright, critical trigger. Just what I needed. I give all effects to Marut. Power and critical added, and thanks to Gravidia's skill, I get to activate the trigger twice, so more critical and power to Marut. And the second check. Come on, something good. Yeah, draw trigger. I draw a card. Drew a draw trigger, but okay, I guess. All power to Marut. And thanks to Nordlinger's skill, trigger effect activated twice. More power to Vanguard. I drew a heal trigger. The attack is blocked, but now, boosted by Bubble Mind, Marut attacks the Vanguard. 58,000 power, 3 criticals. Marut's skill, but nothing to add to the order zone, so just, another perfect guard, come on. He discards for the perfect guard cost. Yes, Bruce! 1 less card to Persona right with. The attack fails, but no worries. Not gonna activate Bubble Mind skill, so that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. Activating Bruce's skill, Final Rush active. He had another card to Persona right with, not good. He calls the front row, Davin, and Lyle. This is not good for me. Lyle's skill, when Final Rush, he can Superior Call. Nope, he can just Soul Charge and Superior Call a critical trigger. Rear guard the Vanguard, 25k. I guard of a critical, 28k. Block. And ka-chink, safe. Next, an attack from the rear guard again. Guard of another critical trigger. Guard, 28k. And blocked, ka-chink. Next, Vanguard the Vanguard, 23k. Bruce's skill, he's going to restand his front row. Skill of Davin, he gets more power. Alrighty then, again Davin's skill, more power. I perfect guard with Violet Dragon, perfect guard. For the perfect guard cost, I'm discarding 1 Ameliorated Connector. Discard and protect myself. Twin Drive from the opponent, first check. No trigger, grade 2, safe. The second check. Heal trigger, come on! Alright, he cannot heal, but power to the rear guard. And ka-chink, safe. Attack from the rear guard, 25k. I guard with Alpha Fold and Ameliorated, 28k. Attack is blocked. Ka-chink. 1 final attack from the rear guard, 48k. I perfect guard with Violet Dragon. Skill activated, no cost perfect guard. And ka-chink. Safe. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Not bad, I guess. So, skipping the main phase, I'm calling Gravidia Shirgo to the rear guard. Call. Shirgo skill. Soul Blast 2. Soul Blast. Then, I'm going to send a total of 5 Meteorite cards back to my deck. Sending back. And total plus 15,000 power to Shirgo. That ought to do it. Now, on to the battle phase. Nordlinger attacks the Vanguard. Skill activated. Counter Blast 1. And send all my Meteorite cards, Meteor Shower and Hell Hazard to the drop zone. Skill activated. Plus power and critical to the Vanguard. Then, I'm activating Meteor Shower skill. Retire 1 rear guard. I'm retiring the front row Lyle. Hell Hazard skill, the same. Retire 1 more rear guard. I retire the front row Devon. My opponent double guards with 33k. 1 to pass. Twin drive, first check. Yeah, draw trigger, just what I needed. All effects to the Vanguard. Draw, I drew a critical, not good for that part. Second check. No trigger, so a Meteor Shower. The attack goes through. Boom! Shatter. 2 damage. First check. No trigger. Safe. And second check. No trigger. Safe. Lucky me. So next, boosted by Bubble Mine, Marut attacks the Vanguard. 18k. Skill of Marut. I deploy Neatness Meteor Shower from my hand to the order zone. Deploy. Plus power to Marut. Meteor Shower skill. I Soul Charge 1. Soul Charge. The attack goes through and pierce. 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger. 6 damage. I win. That was a pretty okay fight. Despite a pretty rough start in the beginning, I got to eke out a win. I got to try out some of the new cards I put in this deck. So I got win, double critical, triple trigger, attack 50,000 more power, perfect guarded, 6 turns pass, retired 5 more opposing units, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. I got 2350 BP, total 29,375 BP. Pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning to the fight menu. Leaving fight menu, back to main menu, and on to the edit deck menu. And with that, I finished building the deck, explained the card effects, and I just tested the deck out in front of you. So first I want to say is, thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you'll show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye and